Hello everyone. So this is Monster Hunter Wilds. It's been out for a minute, but recently the reviews have hit overwhelmingly negative. Now this was a game that came out with pretty positive reception at first, which was crazy to me because it performed like ass. But I mean, people liked it. They looked at the gameplay, they thought it was fun, and looked past all of the faults. Well, it's been about 4 months, and apparently, as people suggest here, this is from Reddit, and people are kind of mad. Like, this goes on and on and on, which is, it's just funny. Like, it's not, I guess it's not funny, but it is tragic because this was on my to play eventually list. I was not a huge fan of their previous installments, but this one did look pretty fun. After 250 hours of gameplay, the game will no longer boot up. That's kind of bad. Leaving this negative review until Capcom fixes their shit. Capcom released another unfinished mess of a game, this time above MSRP, and obviously withheld finished content to pad their release schedule. I mean, I feel like Capcom has been doing that for a while, as many game development studios and publishers have. You know, they'll release a game and they'll cut some content away. They'll release some of it back as a digital deluxe edition where you gotta, pay extra, upwards of $100 nowadays. And then over the course of 6 months, they'll trickle feed it back to you with paid DLC, of course. This guy says Monster Hunter Milds. Way too short, too easy, too streamlined, too expensive, and runs like trash. Here's their graph, and you can still see it's mixed on the overall charts, which, is fine. But recently, it seems the community has really had enough of this. Guy says, my PC absolutely kills the recommended specs and still drops below 60 FPS and spikes below 30. That's criminal. To have a recommended specs but still not perform that well? The fact 7-year-old Monster Hunter World runs better, looks better, and won't crash compared to this is honestly just sad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Here's an article on Forbes about it. So only 1% of launch players are still playing. That is a crazy number. All-time peak was 1,300,000 players. But in the last 24 hours, at least when this picture was taken, or screen grabbed rather, was 17,000. Let's be fair though, 17,000 still a pretty modest player base, but that is super down from what it released at. PC Gamer here's the negative reviews paint a picture of a game plagued by crashes, stuttering, and visual glitches that sour the experience, if not completely preventing players from having an experience at all. Yeah, like that one review that had a bunch of upvotes, which means that's not the only guy that's unable to launch the game now. Despite releasing a slew of updates over the past few months, Capcom hasn't solved these issues for a large number of players, nor has it really acknowledged them. Some of the Steam reviewers claim their performance has even gotten worse. I mean, the people on Reddit were saying the same thing, and they say they've had a lot of updates, but I don't think they've really updated a whole lot. I mean, if they have, well, what have they been updating? It still performs like crap, and apparently even worse. They charge $70 for a game that feels like it has less content than its precursors. Yeah, but the precursor was Monster Hunter Worlds, and far as I know, that had 7 years of development where they just kept, adding more and more stuff. So it's understandable that this is going to have less content, but it should be more fun content, and it should perform a lot better. And then, over the next 7 years, they should just add more content to Wilds to bring it up to par. But it seems they haven't even tried to do any of that. This article says right now there are more concurrent players in World than Wilds. There are more players playing the 7-year-old version of the game than the new version. Less than half a year in. This release 4 months ago. That's almost as bad as Starfield coming out and no one playing it and everyone, playing Skyrim and Fallout instead. But there's no sign of a major performance patch coming to the game at the moment. Dragon Dogmas 2, oh my god, don't even get me started on that piece of crap. Suffered from similar issues last year, and many players still say it's frustratingly rough on PC. See, I didn't have that many performance issues with Dragon's Dogma. It was just pretty unfun. If you're familiar with the game, I tried to make a mage, and I basically just stood there like a punching bag, casting heals or really long offensive spells, while my companions did everything. It was just not fun. In the face of this, many Wilds players seem to be losing hope that Capcom will do anything about it, and are trying to make their concerns clear in the only way they know how. I mean, yeah, review bombing will get you talked about at least. But when the game first launched, there was a lot of people that complained about these exact issues, and the fan base didn't really seem to care at the time. They were just like, it's Capcom, they'll fix it eventually. To see them turn their backs after a measly 4 months, it brings me a little hope. True, but also I can't help but feel a little disappointed. Alright, well, that's all I got today. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. YouTube thinks you will like one of these videos on screen now. Alright, see ya.